Good morning students. Hope you all are safe at home. Today we are going to see second chapter Historiography Indian Tradition. Earlier we have seen ancient period and today we are going to see medieval period of the same chapter. Now what is medieval period? For a period that has come to be so strongly associated with the Islamic influence and rule in India. Medieval Indian history went for almost three whole centuries under the so-called indigenous rulers that included the Chalukyas, the Pallavas, the Pandyas, the Rashtrakutas, the Muslim rulers, and finally the Mughal Empire, the most important dynasty to emerge in the middle of the 9th century was that of the Cholas. The Mughal Empire. In India, the Mughal Empire was one of the greatest empires ever. The Mughal Empire ruled hundreds of millions of people. India became united under one rule and had very prosperous cultural and political years during the Mughal rule. There were many Muslims and Hindu kingdoms split all throughout India until the founders of the Mughal Empire came. There were some men such as Babur, grandson to the great Asian conqueror Tamerlane, and the conqueror Genghis Khan from the northern region of Ganges River Valley, who decided to take over Khyber and eventually all of India. Now, one definition used in the rest of this article includes the period from the 6th century, the first half of the 7th century or the 8th century up to the 16th century, essentially coinciding with the Middle Ages of Europe. It may be divided into two periods: the early medieval period, which lasted from the 6th to 13th century, and the late medieval period, which lasted from the 13th to the 16th century, ending with the start of the Mughal Empire in 1526. The Mughal era from the 16th century to the 18th century is often referred to as early modern period, but is sometimes also included in the late medieval period. Now we will come actually textual points. Historiography in the medieval period. The style of writing Rajatarangini, the history of Kashmir by Kalhana in 12th century, is quite close to the concept of modern historiography. Kalhana himself says that he wrote this text after critically examining various sources like inscriptions, coins, remains of ancient monuments, dynastic records, and local traditions. In the medieval India, the historians in the courts of Muslim rulers were influenced by Arabic and Persian historiography. Among them, Ziauddin Barani holds an important place. In Tarikh-e-Firuz Shahi, a book written by him, he has stated the purpose of historiography. According to him, the historian's duty is not limited only to the recording of the ruler's valor. Valor means great courage and policies of welfare, but he should also write about the ruler's failings and incorrect policies. Barani further says that a historian should also take into consideration the impact of the teaching of the wise, the learned, and the saints on the cultural life of people. Thus, Barani expanded the scope of historiography. For the historians in the Mughal courts, praising the emperors and exhibitions of loyalty became more important. The custom of adding suitable poetic quotes and beautiful pictures was also introduced. Babur, the founder of the Mughal Empire, wrote an autobiography entitled Tuzuke Babari. You can see that in the picture. It contains the descriptions of the battles fought by him. Babur also recorded his minute observations of various regions and cities traveled by him, including the local economy, customs, and the flora. Abul Fazl's Akbarnama is very important from the viewpoint of critical historiography. His method of collecting authentic that means true, accurate historical documents and their scrutiny means under observation, is looked upon as devoid of bias and hence realistic. Devoid of bias means not having bias, very true. Bakar is an important type of historical document of medieval times. It contains eulogies of heroes and stories of historic events, battles, lives of great men. Eulogies means a speech or piece of writing that says good things about that particular person. Marathi Bakhars are various types. Sabhasad Bakhar was written by Krishnaji Ananta Sabhasad during the reign of Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj. It is an important Bakhar for getting information about the rule of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Bhausaibanchi Bakhar describes the Battle of Panipat. Another Bakhar entitled Panipatchi Bakhar is also about the same event. Holkaranchi Kaifiyat provides information about the Holkars and their contributions to the Maratha rule. Bakhars can be divided into various types such as biographies of kings, dynastic history, descriptions of events, history of a sect, autobiographies regarding grievances based on mythologies, and state administration by a king. Hope you all understood the medieval period. Now today homework for you. These two questions displayed on the screen. Reason, give reason and answer in 25 to 30 words. Please write it in your notebook or wherever it is possible. And second question, you have to complete that concept chart. Next, in the next video, we will learn modern historiography in the next part. Thank you.